Good evening from Terminal 3 of Manila's Ninoy Aquino International Airport. I've just arrived from Cebu a few minutes ago and I'll be flying on KLM Royal Dutch Airlines to Kuala Lumpur this evening.
I need to make my way upstairs to the departures area of the terminal, and you can do that from inside the building without having to exit the terminal. There wasn't any crowd at the KLM Sky Priority check-in counters, and I was checked in within 5 minutes. Next up was immigration and security, and I was dreading going inside given how chaotic things are at this airport.
So I've finished my immigration and security check and now I'm making my way to the PAX lounge at Terminal 3.
Manila's Terminal 3 hosts quite a few international carriers, and some of them have dedicated lounges. Cathay Pacific has a lounge of its own here, and so does Singapore Airlines, although it was closed at this hour. The SQ lounge looked fantastic from outside, and I hope to use it the next time I fly out of Manila. Here we are at the PAX lounge that is used by multiple airlines like KLM, Qantas, Qatar Airways and others, and therefore was quite crowded at this time. Due to the insane amount of time it took to clear security, I do not have time to relax at the lounge today, so I'm gonna go do a quick tour instead. As you can see, the lounge is extremely crowded with hardly any sitting space remaining. The food and beverage selection is decent but nothing special. Should be sufficient for a couple of hours stay at the lounge. Boarding was announced as I was exploring the lounge, and I started walking to my gate, which was around 5 minutes away.
Alright, so I'm heading to our aircraft after a very short stay at the PAX lounge. There wasn't much time post the lengthy delays in immigration and security check to enjoy the lounge, but I hope you were able to get an idea of how the lounge really is.
Taking me to Kuala Lumpur tonight is a 7-year-old 787-9 Dreamliner named Mimosa. I'm seated in 2K today, which is a starboard side window seat. The seat is angled towards the window, and here is the view outside. We pushed back more or less on time, and the crew played the beautifully produced KLM safety video on the IFE screens.
Please pay attention to every detail. For your safety, make sure your carry-on luggage is stowed before taxi, takeoff and landing. Small electronic devices may be used at all times, when set to airplane mode and secured in your hand or pocket. After you have selected airplane mode, feel free to turn on Bluetooth. Please.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Okay, let's do a quick seat tour now. KLM's business class on the 787 Dreamliners have a 1-to-1 configuration, providing easy aisle access for everyone. There is a deep footwell to rest your feet and forms the lower part of the flatbed. The tray table is located in the armrest, and there is a storage cabinet that houses the provided headphones. This has enough space to store your wallet, mobile phone, and small personal belongings. There's also a useful little mirror provided in case you need to admire yourself without having to go to the lab. The right armrest has buttons for seat recline as well as in-seat lighting. The tray table can be released from its housing by pressing the blue button. The table slides out and can be adjusted in different positions as per your need. It's easy to move the table and put it back into its housing like this. Each seat has a 16-inch high-definition IFE screen that swivels out of its housing and can be adjusted as per your preference. Let's explore the IFE system on this aircraft. The IFE screen is high definition and the colors appear vivid. The system is quite responsive to touch and easy to use. Let's look at the My Flight feature and see where we are on the moving map. The flight path 3D system on this aircraft is quite good and allows you to interact with the interface. You can zoom in and out of the location that you are in as well as explore other places around the world. Apart from the usual movies and TV shows, the system has a lot of content including audio, kids content and documentaries. AV geeks will love this World of KLM section that gives you a lot of information about the airline and its history. Coming back to movies, there is a good selection of movies, maybe not as extensive as SQ, but you should definitely be able to find something that you enjoy here. There is also a good selection of TV shows on offer if you don't want to commit to a long movie. Food and wine menus were handed out by the crew and these are beautifully designed. Dinner will be served on this sector and there were two main course options. I chose the chicken percik, which is a traditional Malaysian chicken dish served with rice. There's a decent selection of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages along with the separate selections of wines listed in the wine menu.
So we've taken off from Manila on KL 806 to Kuala Lumpur. Our flying time today is going to be just about 3 hours and we have roughly about 2 hours and 51 minutes to go before landing into Kuala Lumpur.
KLM provides these over-the-ear noise cancellation headphones in business class. These are sturdy, fit over your head very well and have good sound quality and noise cancellation. Dinner was served as I settled down to watch a movie. The chicken percik was served with steamed veggies and basmati rice. The appetizer was tuna tataki, which tasted fresh, and the mango tartlet for dessert was quite yummy. Overall, the meal was quite tasty and sufficient for a 3-hour flight. My drink tonight was the very high fashion cocktail, which was quite refreshing, although it was super potent.
So we've just finished the meal service for this flight and we are about an hour and a half away from arrival into Kuala Lumpur. It is now time for the mandatory loo review.
The restroom on this aircraft was a standard 787 Dreamliner high-tech lav with touch-free flush controls. It was well stocked with the essential toiletries, including a hair gel that I saw for the first time on an aircraft. The lab was kept quite clean throughout the flight. Here comes my favorite part of every KLM business class flight. The crew brought out these miniature Delft Blue houses along with some chocolate houses as well. 2 more added to my collection. With just over an hour remaining, I decided to lie down for a bit. The seat goes fully flat and converts into a bed that isn't too wide but wasn't too narrow for me either. There was sufficient space for my feet inside the footwell. Now here is what made this great flight into something totally outstanding. On seeing that I was an AV geek, the crew gave me a nice goodie bag along with the handwritten message. How cool is that?
If you have a connecting flight, please report to the Air France KLM ground staff. If you are continuing your flight with us, we kindly request that you disembark. Safety measures imposed by local authorities require that you take all your hand luggage with you when disembarking.
As we continued our descent into Kuala Lumpur, I tried to savor the last few minutes of this amazing experience on board KLM's World Business Class. Wish the flight could have been much longer than 3 hours.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear passengers, welcome to Kuala Lumpur. Please remain seated until the fast signal signs have been switched off. Please be careful when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted and could fall out. It was a pleasure having you on board with us today. Wish you could stay in Kuala Lumpur a pleasant onward journey.
I was the first to deplane and made my way into the beautifully lit satellite terminal of the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. The Aerotrain service at KLIA is currently suspended and you need to head to the bus lounge to take a bus to the arrivals hall, which is located inside the main terminal.
Welcome to Kuala Lumpur International Airport. It was a fantastic flight on board KLM. This airline never really ceases to amaze me. The crew was super friendly, and when they discovered that I'm an AV geek, they made it just that extra special for me.
Hope you enjoyed this review of KLM's World Business Class on board the 787 Dreamliner. See you again on my next flight.